Welcome to Playful Podcast, your guide into the underground scene where we discover topics on kink and electronic music every week. Don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on our next episode.
We are so excited to be here today with New Yorker and Berlin-based DJ producer, label owner Luca Venezia, better known as Curses. In this episode, we speak about finding your own sound in the blur of all the others. What about Berlin he believes makes people creative, when he first thought he made it and what that was like, as well as how he worked his way up to reach that, and so much more. I am Amanda, and this is Playful Podcast. Okay, this will, skip the line or wait patiently.
Oh, no. I'm skipping that line.
You are?
I'm skipping that line. I'm sorry. I'm not, let me tell
When you said no, I was like,
No.
He's gonna be like,
I am a very patient person.
I don't believe
I am. I'm very patient.
When?
But there's something about lines, there's cues. I'm not, let's say I'm skipping. I'm skipping. I'm going to find a way. If I'm not allowed to be in front of that line, I'm going to find a way to get in front of that
sounds
line.
like an eager person.
Yeah, maybe there's a little like anxiousness there.
Yeah, but also eager to get in.
Yeah.
Okay, Luca, welcome
Thank you for having me.
Playful Podcast. We're so happy to have you, and so fun to have bubbles.
Aperitivo hour.
Exactly. Okay, I don't know where to start, but first I want to ask, what do you have in your hair?
What do I have in my hair right now?
Yeah.
It is Murray's Super Light.
It's fun. Like, I asked Deferred the same thing a couple of weeks ago, and her answer was Nivea cream.
Really? A little moisturizer.
She got the tip from some stylist. No,
True, she does have very nice hair. It's very like constant wet.
So slick. And it's like yours. So maybe cheaper alternative.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
I used to many years ago, I used to have like pompadour, real like rockabilly style.
Yeah.
So I've always been attached to pomades.
Oh, yeah.
And as my hair has changed, so has my pomade thickness. It's gone from like super hard to super light.
Super soft.
Yes.
Okay. It looks great.
Thank you.
Mine's is really hard.
Yours also looks very nice.
Can I aim
stays in
for
place.
this? It stays in place very much. Yeah, I love it. All right, but we just spoke about that you're half American, half Italian, and you spoke Italian at home. You said.
Well, basically, like when I was in kindergarten, so age 2 to 5, I spent it in Italy, in Umbria.
You lived there.
Yeah. And then when I was 12 to 13, I also lived there. And every summer until I was 18, 19, I was in Italy. So just as a kid, you picked it up. And I can speak it, but I can't write it. So
can you read
ce l'ho
it?
la pronuncia, posso parlare, ma non posso scrivere niente.
Oh,
la grammatica è
very nice.
un mascello.
Very well done. Bravissima. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you have an accent?
I don't think I do, but now I've been doing a lot of gigs in Italy and like in Naples, for example. And I speak only Italian with them. And I sometimes think that I'm getting away with it, but they all just kind of humor me. And, they're like, you do have an accent.
Okay, I bet.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone who says that think it's cute, so they're probably charmed.
Yeah, but sometimes people don't know.
Oh,
sometimes they just speak full Italian and they're like, oh, I didn't know you weren't Italian.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that's
wow.
good.
Yeah. All right. But if you would describe yourself with 3 words, what would they be?
Curious, romantic.
All right.
Playful.
Oh, I love that. But I also want to hear more about the romantic. So what can that look like?
I think the romantic element goes everywhere from music to love and food. It's like everything when it comes to attention to detail. The attention to the subtle details too, to create memories.
Okay. Did your wifey fall for your romantic side?
I think she eventually did.
Eventually, okay.
I think my wife finally realized that my romantic side was genuine. And it wasn't me trying to be like a playboy.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when I'm
looking like this and being romantic, at first
it could be deceiving.
You could be like, really?
Yeah.
Italian as well?
It was this douchebag.
Maybe. Okay.
I'm pretty sure when I first met her, I was like, we're going to get married.
Oh,
and she's
really?
like, well, of course, she's saying that,
Oh my God, was it love at first sight?
Yeah, definitely for me, yeah.
That is
she played hard to get. It was a...
She played or she was not sure?
No, I think she knew it in the beginning as well.
Oh my God. Takes me back to the pictures I watched on your wedding. To the beautiful day we all spent watching them. You said the wedding was even featured in Vogue.
It was.
In Vogue US.
Vogue US did do an article on our wedding. It was not planned. It wasn't expected, but it did happen and it was pretty awesome.
But they reached out to you then?
They reached out to my wife because she's a stylist and she was wearing a few pieces, including like a vintage Vivienne Westwood corset.
She looked incredible.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. She did look
God.
gorgeous.
Freaking same.
Yeah,
I could hang that photo on a wall.
Yeah,
it was really. Now I sound crazy, but it was really beautiful.
I was like,
did you faint almost?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was hyperventilating.
Oh my God!
When she walked down the aisle.
I love that for you. Oh, that's so okay. I get all giddy about weddings. I love weddings. Can't help it. But I mean,
that's another example of the romantic side, right? I've got a lot of friends who say nowadays, there's no reason to get married. But to me, there's still this beauty and traditional romance and getting married and the whole celebration and having it with a lot of friends. It's an excuse to party.
I agree.
In a place that's not your home. And luckily, this past 2 years, we had a couple friends' weddings. And I want more weddings.
Oh, me too. I'm going to my best friend's on Saturday.
Oh, yeah, where?
So fucking excited. Gothenburg, Sweden.
Ooh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I love. Okay. Whew, weddings. I have always said that I'm not the romantic person, but I guess there's a hidden, I definitely am somewhere.
Everybody has a little romance in there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably a sign of happiness.
Definitely. Yeah.
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 All right. But if you take us back, who were you when you were a teenager?
Oh, wow. I was a big, like these candy, like pick and mix, where you pick a bunch of candy. That was me in terms of the subculture, counterculture. So I was like a skater, punk, raver, goth. And also listening to like Wu-Tang Clan and Nas at the same time. So, in New York City, growing up in New York City, I'll give you an example. There was a place called The Cube, which was in St. Mark's. It's still there. It's this big, like black, giant sculpture cube. And it would move back then. You could like push it around. And everybody would gather there on like a Friday before you'd go to maybe see a punk show at Coney Island High or CBGB's, or before you'd go to like a rave in Queens or in Brooklyn. And everybody would meet there. And it was all these different sort of, I guess you could say like outcasts or whatever, but like the niche counterculture. So you had skaters, punks, and like ravers and goths and metalheads. Then you'd have like, people with boom boxes playing like, Biggie, and then another boombox would be playing like drum and bass from like artists like Dara and Reed Speed, and then you'd have another one playing like Minor Threat. And it was cool because it was very united. So that was me as a teenager. I really took all those different elements in.
Can I ask? Because it sounds like a lot of teenagers, they need, it's, at least my view is that you need something to hold on to and identify with, but it sounds like you didn't need that.
Yeah, I think it was almost like you would gravitate towards the little things that caught your ear or caught your eye. And you didn't think about whether a certain, friend group was with that or not. You were just like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. And then you just kind of would make different friends in different friend groups. And maybe on one Friday you would go to a punk show, but then Saturday you'd go to like a rave in Queens.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds like a pretty great
it was fun.
Teenage years.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah. But then you were in a rock band, or several rock bands, maybe even. And you kind of switched it to electronic music somehow. What did that change look like?
I feel like it always leads to that one moment that I think many guitarists or band people have, is they go to a rave once and they're like, I need to buy turntables, and they're like, throw the guitar away, And I had been playing guitar since I was 7, and I was about 14, 15 when I went to my first rave. And
young.
Yeah, really young.
Did you hang out with older people?
Yeah, they were older than me. So the girl I was dating was probably 17 at the time, Veronica Perales.
Wow.
I'm very good at remembering the names.
She was something.
Veronica?
Okay.
Veronica Perales took me to my first rave. I want to remember. Metropolis. Metropolis was the club in Queens, and it had like a fake beach.
Wow.
And I remember there was, various rooms. You had like Delta 9 and Lenny D and Rob G playing like hardcore, like kind of like US New York City hardcore, which was like kind of what Gabber is in Europe. And then another room was this group, a trance group called Nostrum. And they had a hit called Brainchild. And it would be like, Brainchild.
Awesome.
And I remember like thinking, damn, this is giving me the same feels and emotions as some like punk or, I don't know, like emo song. But I also didn't realize that they weren't making the music. Like, I was used to playing guitar and being in a band. So I thought these DJs up there were like playing a record with drums and a record with synth and making it.
I think I thought the same thing. Yeah. It makes more sense.
Makes more sense.
And
then once I started to hang out with more actual DJs who were playing, then like they put me on a guest list and stuff. And I was like, oh, these are records. Oh, this is like other people's songs. I get it now. And then I was obsessed. I was like, I need to get turntables.
And then you completely switched, or did you have some
fully switched? I was like, guitar's not cool. I'm done for many years.
Wow. And you had several different aliases.
Yes. Many.
It's so hard for me to pronounce some words.
Many different, and the path and journey of the music was very splattered, I'd say, and scattered. From like digital hardcore, breakcore, noise to bass, house, dubstep to even like deep house, techno stuff. And
did you always do it alone or sometimes with some other person?
Mostly alone.
Mostly alone,
yeah.
But like, I think because some of them were successful.
Yes.
Obviously, this one is major, and some of them were not.
Yes.
Is there anything that you would say kind of is a reason to why some succeeded and some didn't?
Honestly, I think there's no telling.
No.
And I think that's kind of the magic of being a musician. And I think you have to fail. You know, you have to just keep putting creative output and like keep making things until you find what works for you. And the best moment is maybe when you start making music only for yourself and being honest and true to yourself. And then people can like feel that magnetic passion, that sort of trust is built. And then they believe in you. So then they're like, okay, I like this too.
All right. So what differed when you started Curses?
What?
Like what differed?
Yeah. I think I was always afraid to embrace my love for post-punk or, dark wave and krautrock. I always thought, okay, that's untouchable. That's music I love. I listen to at home, but electronic music and guitars, maybe they're not supposed to mix, and techno is techno. And then when I say techno, I mean like anything electronic, the techno. This is like, like some like 70-year-old mom saying like, that sounds like techno, And then I heard Andrew Weatherall DJ, and he was just mixing everything, playing Suicide, mixing it with some dub track, and also Sean Johnston, A Love from Outer Space, when they would play together. And this light bulb clicked, and I thought, oh wait, no, you can mix it. It's fine. Let's mix it up. And then that opened the whole world of where I am now,
So the journey from when you decided to start this, did you feel a change from the beginning, or was it the process like slow at start? Or
the process was a little slow because I still was trying to discover where my sound belonged. And I didn't know that there were other people doing similar sounds and music who also had a kind of rock and roll or punk background in electronic music. And it wasn't until I met people like Theus Mago and Local Suicide and Skelesis and Jennifer Cardini. And it wasn't until, and Red Axes. And then I realized, oh, wait, okay, this is like a thing. This is happening. People are mixing it. Rebolledo and like the whole like Mexican scene in general really opened my palette of sound and be like, oh, okay, you can mix guitars and electronic music.
Okay. Was there a moment where you felt like, fuck, I made it? Or like, I'm actually doing this now?
I mean, definitely a pinnacle moment was when Jennifer Cardini was like, let's put this album out,
How did you celebrate?
Touring a lot.
All right. Fair enough.
No.
Okay, then.
I think I'm still celebrating. I mean, that was the moment when I also kind of embraced and realized what my sound was, because I was encouraged and pushed to make an album. And Jennifer took certain songs and kind of like, not curated, but I'd say helped guide me and find what my sound was then. But it was a sound that I think I always had in me. I just didn't have the courage to embrace it until moving to Berlin.
This is so interesting. Like back in the magazine print times for Playful, the whole how do you say, where all the ends met was like Berlin. So why Berlin? Because something that I realized when I moved here was that people said what you said now. That they were like, when I came to Berlin, that's when I dared become a drag queen or a musician or whatever. Try my find my creative voice. What is that about?
I mean, I think it is changing now because rent's getting higher, gentrification, blah, blah, blah. But I believe that because the cost of living is so low, you don't have to sacrifice your craft. You can pay your rent and make your art and succeed by solely making your art. And I think that's the rarity of Berlin, because, you know, if you live somewhere like New York City, you could be a great musician, a painter, or a photographer, but every day you're worried about paying your rent, right?
Yeah. Fight or flight.
Exactly.
Alarm,
Every and maybe you're too tired. You have to have another job or 2 jobs or 3 jobs. You know, you're bartending, you're waiting, you're working an office job. You know, you don't have time to make your art. Here it's like, you know, most businesses are closed on a Monday because they can afford to enjoy Sunday and go out and, you know.
Yeah, but there's something that I felt, I noticed, or like, to me, I didn't feel as if people, you know, they didn't really judge me either.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know if that comes from this or whatever it comes from, but the whole analyzing, who do you know? What do you work with? Yeah. I don't feel it. Really.
No.
It's still here.
No, not at all. I totally agree. Like, you're able to really express yourself and other people will listen. They'll embrace it. They'll, like, with open arms. I mean, that's how I felt when I first became a resident at Pornceptual. I was able to play whatever I wanted. And it was the first time as a DJ where I felt liberated, because people were just so open and free, because there was such this like sexual energy of openness where it translated into the music and to the dance floor. It was beautiful. Like, still to this day is one of my favorite places to play, like all over the world, because it's just so liberating.
Yeah.
We have now come to the part of the podcast where if you are or want to become a Patreon and support the work that we do, as well as get more juicy material, go to patreon.com/playfulmagazine. And in this extra material, Luca takes us in the depth of his mind, and we get to know all about his creative process and how he makes the tracks from start to finish. Where to find inspiration and what to do when feeling uninspired, how Luca works with goal setting and his view on success, and much more. You don't want to miss this. Go to patreon.com/playfulmagazine.
But like, what did the process to finding your own sound look like?
Yeah, I mean, that took a lot of like self-confidence, I guess. You know, not doubting yourself so much. And I think all artists, whether you be in visual arts or music, you constantly doubt, right? Like, no matter how successful you are, you're always going to doubt yourself. You're always going to want to do better. And it's a mixture of like being motivated to keep going, but you're also going to keep questioning, like, is this good? Are people going to like this? And I think once artists that were bigger than me started respecting or playing my music and telling me it was good, that's when I started to build my own confidence. And I think that's when the ink hit the paper, and it was like, okay, here we go. Yeah.
All right. And from that, there on, you knew, like, I'm onto, this is what.
Yeah. I think what has to happen is you have to think of music as underground, artistic, passionate, and then also entertainment. And so I think, like, that's fun. If you want to do a remake of Show Me Love and make it some like Gabber trance version today, and the teenagers are going to love it.
Show Me Love.
You know, doon, 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 doon. You could be like, doon, 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 doon.
Okay. Sometimes it works.
And it works. And you know what? And it's entertainment. To me, that's like, it's fun. You're at the party. A teenager wants to let loose. or whatever, 20, however old you are, you want to like go wild, it's fine, But that is much different than, I don't know, a song by, Brian Eno, or even a song by like Donato Dazzi, or like even, song by Boy Harsher. And so like, these are two different worlds. And I used to be such a hater and be like, oh God, I can't believe they're, all these new rehashes of old songs are being redone, and like from the 90s a lot, like people are just like resampling melodies and doing stuff. But then it's like, whatever, it's fun, who cares? Will I play it? No, of course not.
No.
No, like no way. But I think it's disposable.
Yeah.
It's not, it's entertainment, it's fast food of music.
But I mean, yeah.
It's like quick capitalists kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
While time and place, maybe it works. Maybe there's the right time and place for a really, bad, I don't want to get in trouble here, but like the redo of Bailando.
Yeah.
The Nina Kravis one. Questionable, but time and place, maybe it works.
Maybe it's fun sometimes, but
it's not timeless.
No, okay,
it's disposable.
Yes.
And timeless is real art.
Yeah.
So this is why
they make this song timeless.
Yeah, actually, I think there is a redo of that.
But I don't know. Who am I to judge? Like, I am not a musician myself. I like what I like, whatever. But sometimes I feel like, ooh, this is really, there's some depth in this. There's some soul. And sometimes I'm like, no. And then I feel super old a bit. Like, I'm like,
yeah, you're like, oh, do I not get this?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I'm like, fuck, this is so, what are they doing? They're ruining. And I'm like, who am I?
That's, I don't know about you, that's like if I spend too much time on TikTok, I'm like, all right, I gotta stop. I'm like, I'm already too old and now I'm getting older.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I think, again, it's like more of a, like selling a product in a way, just to like have quick popularity on a song. And it's like a quick gratification to the crowd. But maybe in a month, that song is gone. You're not going to remember it. And yeah, it's interesting. It is weird because also now it's so easy to kind of, use a strategy and know what's going to work. Right?
Yeah.
I've noticed this with a lot of DJs who are even like playing in similar circles to me and playing more like, EBM and new beat and dark disco and Italo. And then all of a sudden they start playing this like terror trance because they see that 150 BPM is popular now. And okay, maybe it's going to work for you this year and next year. But when everyone is tired of that and they're going to want you to go back to what they originally became your fan for, you've lost them, And I think it's important to like, realize what is the trend, but also still keep your integrity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think there are, like, at least to me, I think there are some artists who are like really high up in the BPM, but I think they're nailing it. Like, I'm like, fuck, you're onto it. They seem to love what they do, and they're like, it's beaming the energy. Yeah, but sometimes it falls flat. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Got that out.
Get it out.
Having worked for so long and been like, in my mind, you must have been very determined that this is what you're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not so much determined, but just like, I have no other choice.
Oh, okay.
Like this, it's just kind of like, this is what I'm going to do. And I mean, it sounds so cheesy and corny, but if I don't make music, then I'll be depressed.
So could you ever imagine having a full-time job and making music on the side?
No.
No, and you could never imagine.
I used to.
Mm.
I used to do motion graphics. You know what this
Really?
is? Yeah.
That sounds fun.
It sounds great. It sounds awesome in theory,
Mm-hmm.
because you're thinking like, MTV. I used to do stuff for MTV actually. And you're imagining the cool like 3D MTV. No, I was doing the stuff where it was like 13-year-old pregnant teenage pregnancy, and then I was writing the lower third, like Miranda, age 13, Ohio. It wasn't creative. I was doing things like removing
Studying
microphones.
You had fun.
But I still use it to this day, the knowledge
You do.
of like Photoshop and After Effects and everything. So that was good.
Mm.
But at the time, I was like, 20, 21. I was using their FedEx and UPS accounts to ship demos to labels. So I was still like trying to do music. It was always the goal.
Yeah. Did you ever because it's hard work when you feel like this is what I have to do, like this is what happiness is to me. Did you ever feel that, fuck, I don't have the energy anymore, like maybe I'm just gonna quit?
I mean, all the time. I still do. Of course. It's like, I have to remind myself, and it's a conversation that I have with a lot of other friends in music. It's like, we chose to ride this roller coaster. It's like, we chose to have this life of up and downs, and you could be at the top. Don't get too cocky. Don't brag. Don't be egotistical. Be humble, because you're going to go back down and then you're going to go back up. And I think it's better to just ride it and be honest and make what you love. Be nice to everyone in the scene and just like do what you do, because everyone's going to be higher than you. And then another time they're going to be lower than you. And it's going to happen constantly. And you're going to drive yourself crazy, And sometimes I see it with some like young artists where they're like bragging about their fees and this and that. And I'm like, careful now, because you might be different next year,
Yeah.
And I think you'll be much happier and less stressed out. You won't have a burnout. Like, I think as touring musicians, it's easy to get a burnout when you're like constantly in your head and thinking, why am I not playing this festival? Why am I not doing this and that and that? You're going to drive yourself crazy.
I haven't thought about that.
Like you see like friends or whoever doing better than you, but they're doing the same. They're looking at you doing better. Why am I not playing there? Why is he playing there? Why is she playing there? Why are they playing there?
Why did they not want me?
Why didn't they want me? Instead, just ride it. Just like cruise control.
Own the festival you're at.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Do you practice anything to be in the moment, like meditation, or what was the name? Not appreciation. Something awareness. Do you do that?
I really wish I meditated.
Yeah. And
I'm a bit of a hypocrite. Sometimes I'll tell other people oh, you really should meditate. It's going to get rid of your stress. And, and maybe I'll do it. I'll go through phases of doing it every day for a month.
Oh yeah.
And then
same.
And then 8 months go by and I don't.
Exactly. And I'm I'm still as good. Why should I do it? And then I do it and I'm this is really good.
It is really good. But also when I'm in that moment, that sort of, maybe it's because I'm a Sagittarius. I think it's a Sagittarius
Me
thing.
too.
You are? What?
What date?
November 29th.
30.
What?
Wild.
That's crazy.
Wild.
That is wild.
So fun.
What are the chances of that?
I don't know.
Okay, so
fun.
Apparently Sagittarius are very passionate.
Yeah.
And then sometimes after a while they're meh.
Yeah.
And on to the next thing to be passionate about. I don't meditate, but yes, I go through these phases. And it's the same thing with I don't know, running, going to the gym, all these things that help my mental state and preparing, like you're saying, like, how do I prepare? It's like, for performance or whatever. Yeah, I do all these things, but I don't do all of them at the same time. I get like obsessed in different moments, and then I preach about it to everybody. I'm like, you really should be running. Running really does some great things to your brain. And then like, I'll have friends who are like, I got Skelesis, my good friend, really obsessed with running. And he got really like good at it. He'd be like sending me his routes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
He'd be like running like 20 kilometers.
Wow.
And he'd be like, hey, we got to go running soon. And I'm like, yeah, I haven't gone running in like 6 months.
Oh my God. So that's really me too. But I mean, you stick to some things. Like, I mean, music was always, that's also when you found it.
Yeah.
But you said something, or did I imagine it? You said something about preparing my set. And I got a little bit curious. Like, do you prepare a lot, or are you like in the moment kind of like...
Like with DJ sets?
Mm-hmm.
With DJ sets, I prepare in the sense of mood. Mm-hmm. So I'll do like, I know these 2 tracks go well together and this and that. But once I get to the club and I hear what the person before me is playing, I see the vibe, I'll like pick and choose the different combos. But I do think it's important to sort of keep in mind, especially the environment. Like, let's say, you're playing at an open air, you're not going to play the same thing as some like dungeon party at 4 a.m.
No.
Yeah. But when we play live, we really prepare. But like, also keep it freestyle, but we prepare like,
yeah, you songs, have to. I mean,
like boom, 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 boom.
Otherwise,
otherwise.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Sounds terrible otherwise.
Yeah.
You moved here before like 2018? No,
I actually lived here 2005.
Oh.
For a year. And at the time I was doing like breakcore and like Atari Teenage Riot, digital hardcore noise music. I was young. I was like 24, 25.
Oh, yeah.
And it was very different Berlin. And then it was too much. So I went back to New York and, years went by and I just felt bored. I wasn't challenged. I wasn't excited. I was missing something. I felt too comfortable in New York. It was like, okay, I'm getting by. I'm paying my rent. I'm playing here and there. It's okay. But nothing was exciting. And I remembered that feeling of Berlin in 2005 that really got me like nervous and really like sort of challenged and excited again. And so, I came back in 2015.
2015, yeah. Did you feel that your sound changed once you were back?
Oh, 100%.
Were you inspired by the city then, or?
I think so. I mean, I think like the whole like wave and post-punk sound is very prevalent in Berlin. There's a great scene. There's a great group of bands and, clubs like Urban Spree and, SO36 and bars like Dream Baby Dream. Like they have this sound that is so prevalent that if you love that, it's almost impossible to avoid it. So you're drawn towards it and then you feel, okay, I feel comfortable. Okay. All right. Let's embrace this.
So it was something in the energy then, it sounds like.
Big time. When I first moved in 2015, my friend Silvan, he was good friends with Nico, one of the owners of Urban Spree. And we both decided, let's start a band like Suicide. And Nico let us rehearse in the basement of Urban Spree. So I didn't really know Urban Spree. And then because we would rehearse down there, because it was free rehearsal for us, then like parties would start after we were done. So I'd go up and there'd be parties like Fleisch and Milk Me. And I was like, oh, oh shit, there's some like really cool DJs and good bands playing. Oh, okay. And yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, fuck. And now you are releasing a compilation with 49 freaking tracks.
Too much.
Sagittarius Move.
It is very Sagittarius Move. Oh my God. I mean,
couldn't stop, could you?
we did the first comp 2 years ago, and it was during the pandemic. So it was very easy to license everything. You know, a lot of artists were like, I got nothing to do. I got music for you. And the comp did really well. And so News Eskimo asked me, hey, let's do it again. And so I was like, damn, it's a lot of pressure. Like, what do we do? So I wanted to focus more on the live electronic element. And, you know, a lot of the artists on the comp that did the exclusive stuff are duos or trios like Boy Harsher and, Nuevo Testamento and KVB and Blind Delon, and all these artists kind of brought the darker sound of electronic and live music together. Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of work though.
It's freaking incredible.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's really your... Can I ask, did you have to like work a lot with it for it to like make sense?
So much. And in fact, it was hard because there were a lot of artists and songs that I had to cut that I didn't want to. But because it's 6 vinyls, the timing and everything that you have to do, it's and also like making it sound right and how each track goes together. And
it's fucking brilliant though.
Oh,
well done.
No, thanks. I'm really excited about it. Yeah.
Do you feel that the vision you had for it beforehand was the end result, or did your vision shift?
Actually, it's weird. It succeeded.
Wow.
The vision I had. Well, no. Actually, I didn't think it would be 3 chapters and 6 vinyls. I thought it would be like 1, but I just kept getting more and more artists sending music, and everything was just really exciting me. And I had to include it all. Like, yeah.
Oh, fuck. Brilliant.
Yeah.
You must be proud.
I'm very excited.
Okay, I have a little surprise.
Surprise.
Well, it's something we do all the time.
I'm scared now.
It's called...
It's either this or it's that. This is this or that.
All right. Night in or night out?
Oh, night out.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
Yeah. I feel
maybe annoyingly so.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, maybe.
So what does that mean? Like, do you have to, or like you get restless being alone, or?
I don't get restless being alone, but I do enjoy company and entertaining and being social.
Yeah. And you don't get tired from it, really.
No.
Oh, beautiful.
But it can also be annoying.
No, sounds great. Sounds really fun. Okay, documentaries or crap TV?
Oh, okay. That's a tricky one.
Mm.
Can I elaborate?
Yeah.
Yeah, because me and my wife are obsessed with reality TV, right? Because it's a nice brain numbing, like the Housewives.
Housewives of
Beverly Hills, Salt Lake City, Atlanta.
You are deep in the
Potomac.
Can I ask?
New York.
Do you watch Naked and Afraid?
I don't. This is where they like get dropped in the woods or something.
It's amazing.
And they're naked and
I've
hopefully not afraid.
Sometimes afraid.
Yeah, sometimes afraid. I mean, they lose or whatever.
It's so good.
I think I would enjoy it.
It's amazing. You get obsessed.
The thing is, I love documentaries.
Yeah.
So I've really got to pick. I'll go with documentaries.
In the end, you choose documentaries after all this.
After my whole love for Housewives.
Yeah. I am shocked. All right.
Because I love like in a good documentary, the score is always exceptional. You know, there's always really good music in a documentary.
Also, you feel afterwards that it gave you something.
No, exactly. You like learn something.
Yeah.
Reality TV, you didn't learn anything.
No, but your mind is at peace.
It's really calm.
Yeah.
It's really. Actually, that's my meditation. Real
Life hack.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Also Vanderpump Rules.
Oh my god, I love her.
Lisa Vanderpump.
Yeah, she's fun. Okay, oysters or burgers?
Oh, oysters.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big time. Classy.
Yes. And good.
Oysters with a little caviar on top.
Oof. The good life. Psychology or spirituality?
That's tricky. Because I am very spiritual, but I don't embrace it.
Oh,
if that makes sense.
Hey, I want to hear more.
I'm very spiritual at heart, but I'm more of like a psychology science kind of guy.
Open-minded for everything.
I'm open-minded for it. Like, if I want to believe there's a ghost in this room,
oh my god,
there's a ghost in this room.
100%.
But
it's not going to solve the problem.
Yeah.
Or like,
it's like,
if you're scared of the ghost,
if I'm scared, yeah, no.
You have to go to psychotherapist.
Yes, exactly. So, when appropriate, spirituality.
Very smart answer. Yeah. Big festival crowd or intimate cellar gig?
No, intimate. Always intimate. Like, really being able to like take people on a journey, connect, play a bit obscure, weirder. Is that intimate setting?
It's so hard to see you standing on a plateau.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
No.
But it has to be done.
It has to be done. Yeah.
And I definitely have to play a lot different. I have to play more like, you know, as if it's like the last set of my life.
Oh, interesting.
Everyone's got like 2 hours left to live. You know?
Oh, fuck yeah. That's what I feel that.
Intimate setting is like,
we're here now.
In the world. We're here forever, baby. We're going on this journey.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. Yes. You really sell the club. Now everyone wants to, I want to be in the club now.
Get in the club.
Okay. Tinder or random meeting in the bar?
Oh, yeah. No, I've never been online dating. I've never done it. No.
How did you meet?
I random in a bar.
Really?
We met in a bar.
In Berlin?
Yeah.
Fun. Okay, what was your pickup line?
I think I sat next to her and I dragged her chair over. And
How old are you?
That's what I mean.
Okay, you lousy. But you won her heart through
did.
showing your colors in the end.
I did. I really like it. It was love at first sight.
Oh, you just freaked. You were like, fuck, what am I going to do? I must do a big move right now.
No, it wasn't random at a bar. She was a friend of a friend of mine.
All right.
And he brought her along. And I was just like, what?
Hallelujah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God, so cute. Okay. This will, skip the line or wait patiently.
Oh, no. I'm skipping that line.
You are?
I'm skipping that line. I'm sorry. I'm not. Let me tell you.
When you said no, I was like,
no.
He's gonna be like,
I am a very patient person.
I don't believe.
I am. I'm very patient.
When?
But there's something about lines, there's cues. I'm not, let's say I'm skipping. I'm skipping. I'm going to find a way. If I'm not allowed to be in front of that line, I'm going to find a way to get in front of that line.
That sounds like an eager person.
Yeah, maybe there's a little like anxiousness there.
Yeah, but also eager to get in.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Can't wait. And then I get in and it's empty.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, now what? Well, I'm going to leave. Yeah.
Okay, morning meditation or hitting the gym?
I think hitting the gym.
Yeah?
Hitting the gym, because it's more of like
lasting.
Yeah, and you get like a real like rise out of it.
Yeah. Okay.
More of a physical impact. Yeah.
Nighttime or daytime rave?
Oh, well, you know what? Lately, I really love a daytime. Like, you would think I love a little nighttime.
Yeah, I would guess, but yeah.
But lately, I really love like a open air sun setting vibe.
Ooh, a warming.
So you're going from daytime into
Oh, fuck.
yeah,
Mm,
you know, real
can't
like
wait for the weekend.
yeah, exactly. Like, oh, here we go. Oh, it's getting crazier. Oh, the sun's going down. We're getting a little bit wild. It's boom. You know, and then you're like, ah!
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
You, you still got your sunglasses on. You forgot because it was daytime, and you still got them on. You're like, woo! Yeah.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming. I love this conversation. It was beautiful.
Thanks for having me.
It was
Yeah.
amazing.
Thank you.
I loved it so much. And now it's time for the extra material.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you're gonna do great.
This was it for Playful Podcast this week, but please follow, subscribe, and listen to our next episode. And if you want to have a say about future artists or even ask your own question to one of our guests, follow us on Instagram and make sure to add your question when we lift our coming guests. Thank you so much for joining and see you next week.